definitely ready to go. Definitely with no technical issues this week. Welcome to the 102nd episode of ADSN, the Audionautic Deep Space Network. Thank you for putting up with us. Thank you for your patience. It's lovely to see so many people in the chat. Yes, we are well over our usual 10 minutes of being past the hour, but that's okay. That things happen, things happen. Welcome, wherever you are in the world. It's lovely to have you here. My name is Curtis, and this week we're going through a deep dive of all the nice free plugins coming out of Yuhi. Severely underrated set of plugins, so it's great that we get to sit and talk about them because we use quite honestly. So, without much further ado, Eon Lake, how you doing, man?
I'm okay, thanks. I am, how can I put it, full of the excitement of a live show and audio challenges. So I'm super excited.
I'm glad that you're super excited. I did say last week that we would bring a live demo because we haven't done a live demo for a couple of weeks. And yeah, obviously that brings technical issues in its own right, which I still choose to frame as we are pushing the boundaries of what is possible on online broadcasting. So I'm going with it.
Pushing the boundaries of what's sensible.
But that's okay. You've got to try these things, right? You've got to try these things.
Keeps it fresh.
Keeps it fresh, keeps us on our toes, keeps you humble, right? It's easy to sit and get some news come in and then, make it happen and talk about it. But it's another thing when you're doing something in the real world. We've got. I want to say hi to people and then see what you're getting on. We've got Shady in the chat. It's nice to see you, Josh. New album out on Shady Ridge Records coming soon, right? I believe it's not out yet. It's coming out at the end of the month. I want to say. We got Survey Channel SC here. It's nice to see you, brother. Bendu, how you doing, Bendu? Hope you're well, man. New Semiotic Ghosts album out earlier a couple of weeks. We're gonna be playing that at the end of the show. I didn't tell you that, did I? I didn't tell you that.
I tell you, it's very nice of him to release an album so that we can play some in the show.
I know, it's beautiful, right?
It's almost like that wasn't the reason, but yeah.
Oh, it's obviously all about us, right? It's obviously all about us. But yeah, we're playing some of the new Semiotic Ghosts album at the end of the show. Sleeping State is here, T-minus 20 seconds, which was sent at 12 minutes past the hour, so we were already late. That's absolutely fine. Of course it is. It's here. Spine and Errors is here as well. Dinner's cooked. I hope it's good, man. Did I see? Yes, I did. I did see Lars, the one and only Lars, who is here. Again, I believe album out on Aeroprone Records today. Did I see that? I don't know. We shall have to see. Maybe Lars can let us know. There's a lot going on. But Eon, what's going on with you, bro?
That's a good question. Let me engage my brain for a second and try and remember. I mean, it's business as usual for me. It's been a busy week of editing stuff together from external jams and studio projects and mashing them together and incorporating bits. It's been quite fruitful, though. I like doing that. I like getting independently generated ideas and marrying them up.
So these are sessions that you've created, like independently of one another. They happen to be in the same key, in the same BPM, and you're kind of like just mashing them together.
Not always the same BPM, but usually the same key.
Wow. Okay.
And I just import it. I use the cloud thing to just import it, and sometimes I only drag parts of it in. If I can remember what the mobile project was, I might just say, oh, that part from that thing might sit well in this, and I can drag it in and have a listen. Because you can open the project and you've got all your channels there, instruments. You can just drag one of them in, see if it goes with what you're doing.
Is that through Ableton Cloud? I thought you hadn't upgraded your Mac to 12.
Not the studio one, but I have my laptop.
Ah, okay. So this is portable Eon Lake. This is Eon Lake on the road.
Yeah. So I've got to keep track of all the things I'm doing remotely on Push and Note, the things that I'm doing on my laptop and the things that I'm doing in the studio. I've got different color tags that I use on my sorting program to indicate where that song is, which are the three.
Do you find it? I mean, do you find moving in the cloud and things around in Ableton Cloud? Do you find it easy?
So far, I think if it becomes difficult, it's probably going to be because of me and not being organized and not tracking things well enough or naming things well enough. If I
Well,
know me, I do sometimes.
I mean, chaos is what brings the creativity in a lot of ways. So you never know, right?
I like to blame it on not wanting to get in the way of flow, or when the music's happening, not getting in the way. But there's an excuse. It's nonsense.
So
I'm
it's not
actually just lazy. So I can't do that now. I'm not going to stop now just to name things properly because I'm in the middle of doing something. And then I get to the end and I don't do it then either.
I mean, yeah, I get that. I totally empathize with not wanting to get out of the flow state and start naming tracks and naming ideas. I
Color
get
code.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that's an interesting one. Color coding, then, right? Because I don't know about you,
It's
but
quick.
well, it is quick. But I mean, I suppose it depends on how you set up your templates. But for me, regardless of what DAW I'm using, regardless of where I'm at, every time I've got, for example, a bass, my bass is always orange, and my drums are always white, and my guitars are always turquoise, and my leads are always green, for example.
Wow. That's good. I like that.
I mean, you have to go in and color them, right? You have to go in, and that does take
I used to
time.
color code them based on the device.
Okay. I
So
mean,
sub 37 was always a sort of browny orange because it kind of is. If I look at it,
yeah, yeah.
I've got too many grey and black boxes.
That's the problem, right?
This color scheme isn't really working for me.
The homogenization of technology, everything's going grey and black. It makes it difficult to color code. That's the main thing. That's the main argument that we've got there. Yeah.
Or you could just group them and color the group. Just for the sake of not for audio grouping, but just grouping channels together so they're similar type sounds.
I get that. Do you ever use red?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. I've got a massive aversion to red.
Usually drums.
Your drums are red. What happened? Do you ever get confused between what's recording and just what's on a red track?
No.
Is it okay? So it's just me. It's just me. I don't know.
Not looking, to be honest, though.
Maybe I'm just paying. Maybe I'm.
Might not be looking as it's happening.
Maybe I need to start doing these things when I'm sober, and that would make things a lot easier.
It'd all be so much easier if I wasn't colorblind.
We'll have to see. I have to see. It sounds like you've had a pretty productive week then, which is good because it's good to kind of move it. Dare I ask, is this anything to do with the album, or is this extra from the album?
Mainly extra.
Good.
But both, to be fair. Yeah.
That's good.
Because I do set myself work to do. I listen through stuff and go, right, you need an extra part for that. It's in this key and it's this speed. If you're out and about, write something in this key and tempo.
I like that. It's setting yourself a little training.
I write things to fit in songs. I'm not, but sometimes it helps to just drop the whole song and just write something that you like and see if it works with the song or can be changed to fit, to stop you from just when you're stuck in a rut and you're just going to write more and more of the same sort of thing. It's a way that I use of breaking that sort of habit.
I mean, it sounds like a pretty good way of doing it. It gets you out of a rut, gets you being creative. Limitations are a really good thing, right?
Yeah, especially if you're just sat there with a move or something. It's like, well, I've got 4 tracks and a tempo and a key. Do something.
Have
It's
you?
good. You can use it.
I mean, it's fair. Have you found a way to send MIDI to the Move yet?
I haven't tried actually.
Okay. If you ever get around to it and you succeed, please let me know, because I am trying to send. I'm trying to send MIDI data to my Move to basically use it and just play with the parameters while it's playing itself,
I think you
essentially.
need the USB, is it B interface on it? It's got like a host interface so that you could connect a keyboard to it. I think
It's USB-C.
it's USB-C as well for power and for it controlling other things. So if you're controlling
Oh.
Ableton, you use the USB-C, but there is another MIDI port, isn't there? Mine's downstairs.
Oh. Okay, I'll have to have a look at
You
that.
might try sending MIDI in on that interface.
I'll give that a try. I didn't
I haven't
realize it. I
tried
didn't
to
realize
do
that was a
them.
thing. Yeah, I know of USB-A. I thought
Does it not
USB-B.
work on the USB-C port then?
I've tried it and it doesn't. It picks it up in Ableton as a device, but then what it does is it
But it
switches
picks
it.
it up as a control surface, doesn't it?
Exactly. It picks it up as a
Rather
control
than a
surface.
device or a,
Yeah. Well, I'll get back to it. We'll see. Anyway, this is not the topic of today. That is another topic for another day. We let's get down to business, shall we? So, we did, thanks to Smiling Errors, we did do a preview of when Yuhi released Zebra 3. We did do a rundown of that. And then
there was a public beta of that, wasn't there?
there was, which is sadly now ended, and you have to buy it. And I was shocked to see that my public beta no longer works, which is understandable, but fair enough. But when we were having that episode, we were talking about just how brilliant you are. And you have your classics. You've got Hive, you've got Diva, which are some really strong, powerful synthesizers that go on. They are, I wouldn't say they're expensive, but I mean that they cost quite a bit. Diva is a diva, and it takes up a lot of computer power, which is not always what you want, especially if you're running off of a laptop. But they do have a catalog of some really high quality, decent, free VSTs, and I want to kind of shine a light on them today. So we're going to be having a look at 3. We're going to be having a look at Triple Cheese, which is my personal favorite. Love Triple Cheese. We've also got Podolski, and we're going to be having a look at Tyrell N6 as well, which I'm just going to call Tyrell because no one's got time to say N6 at the end of something.
One too.
Exactly, it's not too much. What is your experience with Yuhi? Do you want to show
I
the people
really
what
like
you've been
them.
looking
Not always not always the least processor intensive plugins, but they sound great.
at? They do.
And the free ones sound great. The only difference between free and full product is usually complexity and the amount of options and so on. And there is a kind of a tier between the two, but the free ones are awesome, and the bought ones are more awesome. And I still mean to get Diva at some point because it just sounds incredible.
It does.
Again, it's a bit of a resource monster, but then so's Vital, so's Serum, so are any of the like uber complex multi-oscillator software synths that do virtually every type of synthesis method and have got a billion waveforms, wavetables, and virtual analog and all this other stuff. Complex software instruments like that these days always are processor intensive, but they sound great, and you can always flatten the audio and it will actually push you to commit to ideas instead of keeping this endless possibilities doors open, which I think can strangle your workflow a little bit, really, if you don't commit to things.
I'd agree. I think, I mean, that's another conversation for another day, but I absolutely agree. And I know that I'm also one to struggle with freezing tracks and committing in that regard. But yes, to stay on track, they're not the most, I mean, I don't know. I think depends obviously what model you're using, but I found I've never run into issues with Tyrell, Podolski, or Triple Cheese,
Not
or
the free
even
ones, no.
no,
No,
I've
okay.
never run into problems with them.
Kind of what I meant was I wouldn't let it put me off anyway.
No.
If it became a problem, I'd either record it or I'd drop the quality on it and put some saturation on it. Call it a feature.
It's a very
Either
good way of
way,
looking at it.
you know, they have good sounds in them, which are more likely to inspire you than to get some more vanilla, less interesting plugin out and use that.
Yeah, absolutely. Should we take a look? Should we dive
Yeah.
into it? Where do you want to start?
Surprise me.
Surprising. Okay.
That's going to be quite a limited surprise, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
One of three things, but
We'll go with it. I think save the Tyrell for last. I think that's a good shout. I'm going to add these in here. Just do a quick sound check. Can you hear this? Is that hearable for you, Eon? Didn't get that at all? You getting that? You getting that? You are? Okay, well, we're in business because we weren't getting that before. So, let's just bring this back. So I'm going to start with this triple cheese here. Because I can talk about it most confidently, I suppose. This is a beautiful, very organic sounding VST, very simple. And like with any of these, you can do a quartet if you want to, no shame in it. They've got some beautiful presets which you can then run through, and you can then reverse engineer, and you can create in your own way. But if you really want to kind of dive deep into this, we're just going to We're going to initialize the patch. And you can see across the top that we've got 3 waveforms that we can play around with. And if you click over here, you can see that you've got a number of different waveforms to play around with, which is really nice. You've got a global parameters in the middle. So we've got things like transposing, and we've got gliding, we've got our VCA, and we've got an effects, which if we turn the effects on, you can see we've got 2 types of chorus, flanger, phaser, 3 delays, and a reverb. Then down at the bottom here, we've got our envelope 1, our envelope 2, our LFO, and our vibrato. Very simple layout, very easy to kind of get grips on, and it looks pretty nice in its own way. I'm going to bring my...
Share your screen.
Oh, no way. I did all that and I wasn't sharing my screen. No way. Okay, all right. Let's try that again. You see that there?
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
So, thank you. Once again, so we've got our three oscillators at the top here, and you can see you've got a choice of different sounds. We've got our global parameters in the middle, our effect, our VCA, and our global and our things like our glide and our transposition. We've got our envelopes at the bottom left here, along with our LFO and our vibrato. Excellent. We're back on track. I'm going to bring this up. I'm just going to highlight this. I have put some keyed some MIDI in here to play around with later, but I do just want to highlight just how nice. Oh, let's get, not yet, Podolski. You can see, ouch. Let's get rid of those 2. Thank you. So it can be, you can go anything, right? So if you get this pluck sound, it can be quite harsh. But if you come down here specifically to bowed and blown, they're actually quite nice, and they're actually quite gentle and quite organic. And you can see that there. Just from that sound, I've just got some chords coming in here. And it's really, really organic, and it's really, yeah, it is a VST, absolutely, but it doesn't sound like it's too much of a VST. Look, if I blend in a bit of this bowed sound in here. you've got to really you can start having a bit more harmonics coming through. But even if you just keep it on, my personal favorite, if you just keep it a couple of blown oscillators in there, and just mess with
beat nice.
Yeah, right. It's nice, right? It's really nice in that regard. And you can then obviously you've got your standard ADSRs coming through, and it just really nicely. It's really responsive in its ADSR, bringing a bit of glide. And suddenly you've got that wall of noise where you can't tell where one note begins and where another note ends, essentially. Now, personally, what I really like about this is it's really good for a thickening agent in a mix, where it's those things in the mix towards the end when you're kind of structuring everything out, when you are. If you don't, it's not necessarily a major feature, not necessarily a major part of the mix itself, but you would recognize it if it wasn't there. You'd feel that something was missing. You're just filling in a little bit of the frequency spectrum at the end, and this VST is really good for that because it's so delicate, and I think it's so organic in that sense. It's not really, these oscillators in particular are not necessarily creating a statement, but what they're doing is they're just creating a bed for a harmonic piece or a melodic piece to come through underneath. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm just wondering what oscillators they are.
They're called blown. I imagine there's some form of triangle. I imagine it sounds very triangular. It sounds very triangular.
I'm already thinking you could have a slightly more discordant chord, some weird sound effects, silent sound territory, like quickly.
Well, let's move this, right? Let's do that. Let's just move that. Why not? Eh? You got a bit of discordance there. Put a bit of flange on there.
Screen share stopped.
That's it. Thank you for that. Bring that back. Didn't realize we were on a timer. There we go. So yeah, I mean, suddenly, and you can bring, you got crackle as well. So you could take this on the other direction, right? So let's blend this in, which is just noise, right? Which is more Lars's thing. Where are we? And you can get some more harsher sounds coming through.
Yeah, for some reason, radio noise like that. Hiss, static.
Well, let's do that then. So let's go.
That was pretty good for a minute.
Let's make these.
I remember the last had a trick or treat. I said I must get hold of that.
Have you not got hold of it?
I'll dial very quickly on.
Yeah.
I didn't.
It's something you got to do, man. Let's get rid of. We got stressor here, which doesn't do much, to be fair. Where's my sounds coming through? So yeah.
It's pretty flexible.
It's pretty flexible. My personal thing is to use this as a thickening agent, but you can quite clearly see with a few clicks of a button how you can just create some really different sounds.
I like the three isolations. 1, 2,
can always have 3. More is always good.
Built-in effects.
Yeah.
Generous.
I mean, 3 delays is not a bad shout. And if you up that feedback on that delay, I don't know if that's coming through on the feed, but you've got that kind of higher end harmonic content coming through.
Yeah.
It's lovely. Oh, that's wild.
That's really cool.
That's nice.
Little more nightmare.
It's nice, right? It's good, right? So yeah, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot to be seen. There's a lot to play around with, and if you can, like I say, you can just init that straight away, and you can just be doing something completely different. So let's do blown. Let's add a resonator there. Why not? They run in parallel, so you don't have to necessarily pick and choose between the order that you play around with them.
I'm wondering if you can resonator off this tune or something.
So that is one thing that I haven't managed to kind of work out. So hang on, where's a resonator? We do the volume, we do LFO.
It's two, isn't it?
Do that.
Oh, do it.
So yeah, say that again.
As resonator, want to actually tune it in range, or sweep it range.
Yeah,
where the material is.
That I don't think is possible with this VST itself. I think you'd have to do that later on the effects chain, but that's okay. That's okay in that regard.
Fine.
You should definitely download this one. It's the second. I think it's the second time that we've brought this to the table. Definitely worth doing. If you want to fortet it, you can totally do that, and you can choose a beautiful little pad, calm pad. Look at that, and before you know it, you've got something there to start messing around with. So yeah. Anything you want to see on that, Eon? Should we move on?
No, that's good. I like it. I've seen enough, if you know what I mean.
That's fair.
It's mine.
Seen enough. It is yours in that regard. That's what we need. Yes. There's some very sci-fi delay, all deep and echoey. Yes, that's very much what this is all about, Lars. And we are experiencing some echo from Eon Lake when I share the screen.
Yeah, that's why we were late.
That's why we were late. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure that one out. I think a loop back is the way forward. I need to download that. So yeah, that is Triple Cheese. Really good for just getting down to it. Really quick, really easy. Some very nice in a work.
Used it for anything else though?
Say again.
Non-paddy applications.
I mean, the plucks are really nice. Like, all right, that's okay. Before we move on, then the plucks are really cool.
Quite good too.
Yeah. So let's bring this guy. Let's bring this in. Let's really reduce the envelope. If I bring in, that's probably a better example of some plucks. Let's use this MIDI here. So
I love watching your eyes move around, but maybe show the screen.
Am I not sharing screen again? Okay, here we go. Thank you for that. Let's bring this guy in. So I've just got some simple MIDI coming in here, right? Let's bring that up. You hearing that?
Yeah. Quiet.
Quite quiet. So you can get quite sci-fi. It's quite nice. But you get some really nice plucks coming out of this.
Yeah. Sounds like wrong.
Yeah. So yeah.
Lars is enjoying that.
So you can absolutely you can play. The envelope is really nice. It's really sensitive, and you can move from something quite quickly that was paddy and lush and long, and then create a staccato. I don't know about you. I like to layer. Obviously, I like to layer, but if you're making a chord progression or you're making a pad or something like that, to then duplicate that and then mess with the envelope to create some sort of plucky stabs that come around it, sidechain those two things together, and you're creating texture through having two pieces of audio talking to each other. Triple Cheese is really good for that.
Yeah. I can't download it now.
Got to download it. That's what we need. Okay, next up we have Podolski, which is beautiful. I didn't realize you can actually. It's now got a color change. So you can have brown, and then today I found out you can have blue steel as well. I kind of like blue steel. I'm going to go with it. You use Podolski. You haven't used Triple Cheese. What do you use Podolski for, Eon?
I find myself doing arps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly
arps. And are you going into the arpeggiator bank here?
Not always. Sometimes I MIDI arp plug in.
Oh, so you would put it in the MIDI effects in Ableton?
Yeah. I might or use. I'm not sure if I've used built-in one.
Okay. I mean, the inbuilt one, in a similar vein, it's there and it's good to use, and you can create some nice little happy accidents from it. Mm-hmm. I do think the strength of Podolski is its arpeggiator, but the limit there. What I suppose we should preface by saying, I think what's nice about this is that it's a single oscillator on this left-hand side that you can see here, and it doesn't have kind of like a defined identity, right? It's a post identity. It's a woke VST, because it just has this dial, and we don't know what this dial is, but it just kind of changes the sound, which is quite nice. Which means that you're using your ears a lot more. So you've got it in poly mode. You can have it in poly mode, which if we are here, for example, you can have poly, mono, legato, or arpeggiator. On its own, as like a lead or a bass or something like that, it's quite limited. But the fun of it really comes into this control sequence when you're messing around with what the different steps do. You've got up 16 steps, right? It's a 16-step arpeggiator, and you can mess around with the notation as if it was, say, for example, a what am I looking for? 303. For example, in a similar vein, you can choose how long the note is, and you can go how long the gate is open for, that kind of thing. But then you can choose as well, and you can manipulate the amount of voices within each step, which is quite nice, very standard for an arpeggiator, as well as the transposition that you've got down here, which I use the MIDI effects and I use the arpeggiator in Ableton a lot. But I find, because for me, arpeggiators are a bit kind of like just smash and hope and see what comes out. This bank gives you a lot to play around with. But yeah. So, anything on that before I dive into it a bit deeper?
No, I'm staying quiet because of the echo.
I hear, it's fair. So yeah, so as you can see on this left-hand side, we've got the oscillator,
You can't.
and like
Hang on. You need to reshare.
I need to reshare. It seems to be giving us a time limit on this right now. That's okay. Boom. So, as you can see on the left-hand side, this is where our oscillator is. Like I say, this wave warp is our kind of main sound design tool. So if I just bring, what is the MIDI I'm using? I don't know. Let's find out. That, whatever that is. Let me just bring that down so it's not destroying people's faces. Cool. So you can see, as we cycle through, it's kind of nice. It's kind of lush. It's kind of interesting in its own right. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to initialize this so that we are coming from a nowhere perspective. How are we doing that? I did it earlier. Maybe not. Maybe I'm not going to do that. That's fine. Are we going to initialize? No. Okay, we're not going to initialize. That's fine. I'll go back to it. So yeah, as you can see, you've got your noise generation here. It does come up quite quiet. So at the bottom left, we've got our amplifier. We've got some effects. We've got a delay, and we've got a chorus in the bottom and the bottom right. We've got our filter. Very standard. A cutoff. We've got drive. A lot going on there. And then we've got our LFO global at the top, along with our voice, and we've got our envelope here, our ADSR. So we can move around. It's okay. Let's get rid of the release. You can see, what I found quite nicely is that as you can, at the beginning of that, we got quite a plucky, kind of very traditional kind of arpeggiator sound. We've messed around this. This is completely random. But what's quite nice is that you can actually increase the attack and you can increase the release. And it becomes almost this, again, this wibbly wobbly kind of pulsating sound, which you're not quite sure when the notes begin and not quite sure when the notes end, which when you combine that together with different ideas can create some really nice, interesting, like not polyrhythms or poly loops, but, you know, some nice, interesting ideas. It's a very Lars thing there, to be fair. It's nice. So yeah, that's kind of nice in its own way. If we just reduce our step sequencer for a second, let's muck around with what we've got. Let's muck around with some of the ideas here. Just going to change some of the parameters and what we've got here. Let's increase the delay here.
I'm going to speak because the screen sharing stopped again.
That's good.
Do you find it lends itself more to the paddy, more sustained sounds, or because I've used it mainly for arps and bass so far?
Okay. And what is your experience like and has that been quite a plucky sound that you've been kind of focusing on?
Yeah, I think it has something to do with the fact that the sustained sounds on it, because it's single oscillator, isn't it? But it's got some phase changing you can do on it, which I'm not sure exactly what it's doing. Mm-hmm. But in the way that Triple Cheese, because of the three oscillators, it produces a sound that's quite complex and works better for sustained sounds. You know, you pointed out yourself that if you have chords that run into each other, you can end up in a situation where you don't know where it starts or begins, but it's this sort of blanket of sound. So I found with Podolski's kind of more like the opposite of that, because I can almost hear the waveforms more in a single oscillator synth, and I'm more inclined to do something that isn't sustained on it as a result.
I get that. I mean,
But I do like the way that it handles sound generation differently.
Yeah, I think that's a really good. I think it's a really good comparison to make. I hadn't thought of that. It's this. Yeah, I think it does lend itself to a certain vibe, and I think it does lend itself to a certain section of sound, so to speak. I think it's better suited for those kind of. I mean, Smiling Areas has used them for basses, for example, and I would say that that's kind of there. I bring this now because I'm in my experimentations. I'm messing around with envelopes and seeing if I can make a wall of sound move without doing it. But it does, in that sense, it's more traditional in creating sequences and lending itself to this idea of this kind of melodic overtone as opposed to anything else.
And the thing is, with a free VST synth, is, I mean, if you don't like the fact it's got a single oscillator, then run 2 of them.
Oh yeah, always. You can always double up, right? Always double up.
Or 3 or 4.
Yeah, or 4.
EQ them slightly, slightly different waves or whatever. You can tweak the sound so that, you end up with a lot of voices and a lot of polyphony. And it solves all of these problems. Whereas, if it were a hardware synth, you might take any of these things a bit more seriously. But it seems a bit pouty when you're talking about free VSTs that sound good.
Yeah, absolutely. Apparently, you timed your speech nicely as well, coming in that you've not got the echo. Beautiful. That's what we need.
Accidental, I'm sure you.
That's what we need. Just to clarify, yes, we're having a bit of doubling on Eon Lake's audio. I think that's a me thing because I'm running everything through this laptop today. But we are working on it. Lars is in the chat. Before we move on, should we bring Lars in? And we can chat with him. It is that time. Lars is becoming a really welcome regular. Patreon comes in, they get the link to the show, so they come in. But Lars is just becoming a regular, and I love this. So Lars, are you ready, bro? Yeah, big thumbs. I checked today. I didn't open it up on an empty chair. So yeah, that's what we need. Oh, but I did click it twice and sent him away. I said I did it, and then I clicked it twice and sent him away.
I thought it was my time.
It is your time. How are you, bro? It's nice to see your face.
I'm doing pretty good, guys. How you doing?
Yeah, it's fun.
Good.
It's
Yeah.
spring break, not working. It's beautiful.
Wait, spring break?
We get spring break. Yeah.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you.
I'm going to Florida, bro.
No.
Yeah.
No need. What have you been up to? What's going on in your world, man?
Well, I did get a chance to work on some new music. I got another release out on the label. I mentioned it a little earlier. So just a quick little plug right here.
That's beautiful.
It's called Watercolor Nightmare. It's 2 sides of a nice continuous lo-fi kind of vintagey sounding mix.
Nice.
It's really fun stuff.
I like that. Who's the artist? Tell us about it. I'm gonna find the link and put it in the chat while you do this.
It's No One You Know, and it's spelled N-O, the number 1, the letter U, K-N-W.
Wow.
I like that. Who's that? It's cool. No One You Know. No, seriously, who is it? I already told you.
No, yeah. That's No One You Know.
That's what you need. I've just put a link in the chat so people can see. And here it is, Watercolor Night. That is a beautiful piece of artwork. Look at that.
Yeah.
That is stunning.
Oh, yeah. He sent me the submission with the artwork, and I looked at it. I was just like, I don't know. I just kind of want to have the artwork alone. Like, let's hear what you got, too. But I love this.
It is nice. That's really nice. So it's a 30-minute continuous mix. This week we are finishing the show with Semiotic Ghosts, but who's to say next week we couldn't play a segment of it and see what's up? That is pretty sick. How many cassettes do you have, Lars?
I think I'm down to like 11 now.
Oh wow! So they've been flying off the shelves.
Yeah, kind of. It's been pretty nice.
That's good. That's what we need. That's what you need. Okay, so before we move on, before we do our last VST, which I think is the main event, at least for a couple of people I've spoken to. Have you used any of these plugins before, Lars?
No, this is the first time I'm hearing about them, honestly. I don't think I've downloaded anything from Yuhi. Is that what the company's how you say it?
Yeah.
I don't think I've downloaded any of their stuff before. I mean, I use a lot of free VSTs and stuff, but I don't have those, honestly.
I'm really surprised at that. Like, you are a VST fiend, and
yeah, but it's also like I like to buy them because I feel that little hit of dopamine when I buy them. You know? It's a problem.
That's fair. I suppose this is perfect in this regard then, because like I've been, personally, let me get my words straight. It's a good idea when you're hosting a podcast. Sometimes. I've found that, Yuhi have been a staple in pretty much. I mean, I've got Yuhi everywhere in everything I do, and they've been around for years, and they are free and amazing and beautiful. And you are a seasoned producer and record label owner, and it bamboozles my mind that this is unknown to you.
I've never touched Pro Tools in my life either.
Well, that's understandable. I can give you that one.
Yeah, it's expensive. It's really expensive, and I'm sorry. I like buying things for the dopamine, but not like that.
I hear that. Okay. Are there any you've been listening to, what, as someone who's never seen these before, you've been listening to these examples that we've brought to the show. Any thoughts on them so far?
I like the triple cheese one, because when you guys said triple cheese, I was expecting like a cheesy, like kind of organ synth, and then it's like, oh no, this thing can actually do a bunch of different things. It can probably do that too if I want it, but I don't think I want that.
I get that. Triple cheese is a beautiful one. Where is it? Where's the link to triple cheese? I'm going to put that in the link as in the description.
I think
it's
just called triple cheese because it's got 3 oscillators. I think the cheese is incidental.
Oh, okay. Because my America brain is like, so like triple cheeseburger, like there's between all the 3 cheeses.
Well, I think that's kind of what is meant, but I think the emphasis is more on the triple than the cheese.
Yeah,
I guess if you're into cheese, triple, this has got 3 lots of it, so you're going to really like it, sort of thing.
I think there is. I think they're trying to also bring this idea of not taking it too seriously. I like to think that. Yes,
German company, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are they German?
I think Swiss? So. You could once upon a time you could only download Tyrell from the German Yuhi website. You couldn't get it from like the UK website, or you can get it from the US website. You had to go to the German.de to get it, I think. So maybe. We got Drift Audio, Adrian saying Zebra is huge in film scoring circles, thanks to Hans Zimmer releasing his custom Batman presets back in the day, and people like the unfinished making very nice preset pack for scoring too. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so like their paid VSTs are high end, right? Like Diva, as we spoke about earlier on the show, sadly not free. Smiling Errors. But it's really good for analog sounds. You've got Hive, which is €180, I think. Really good for EDM kind of stuff. If you are not into things like Serum, and if you're not into Vital and sound design, it's I suppose you could say a more accessible way to kind of make some EDM tunes. Very spiky, very sawtooth. But 180, that kind of thing.
Yes, it's not bad for a high-end plugin.
No, not at all. They're all kind of got it. Oh, here we go. Pretty had just got Brazil yesterday, which Brazil
nice.
Brazil is their semi-modular free one. We're not talking about it on the show today, just mainly because I can't come from a space of authority on it.
I've just downloaded the free version of that, the computer music version, which I will be trying out. But yes, the full version looks like a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. I like the look of that.
Always looks good. Survey Channel's actually been using a lot of Hive lately, which is nice.
Oh yeah, I like that. Oh, that Brazil, that is pretty. Yeah.
That's what this podcast is now, just us looking at our own screen and saying how beautiful things are.
Yeah.
And I love that. I wouldn't have it any other way. Bendu, triple cheese reminds me of the old quad fromage from Omforce. I mean,
there you go.
That's got to be where that's coming from.
That can't be a mistake, eh?
Yeah, that can't be a coincidence. That can't be a coincidence at all. Yeah, quad fromage. Yeah, you got to, right? There are no mistakes in this world. Everything is meant to be. Gesundheit. So, okay, let's move on to Tyrell, because Tyrell is a beautiful analog synthesizer. Hang on, Stevie. Please don't do that. Thank you. He's clawing at my...
It's a bad kitty.
He's just there's no reason for him to claw at my rug, but he likes to. There's no reason for it.
He's a cat. That's the reason.
All right.
I hope you mean that literally, not figuratively.
Well, don't, please. I've asked you nicely. Thank you.
Wow. That one took a second. So,
half god, half beast. Hello, welcome to the show. We're just about to dive into Tyrell here. It's nice to have you here. Now, Eon, you use Tyrell as well as Podolski. How have you used it? And do you want to show us what you're working on?
Yeah. Ironically, the answer to that question is a lot more like Podolski for like bass, but also sounds that where you modulate pitch a lot so that they sound really wonky and a little bit wobbly. Like it's like taking Portamento and going too far with it until it starts going a bit sci-fi and a bit weird. I use it for that sort of sound as well, but more often than not for bass. So I've got a little thing that I've been doing here, which I will share for a second. Hold on.
Everyone's just topping up their relative refreshments, waiting for Eon.
I like that sound.
You gotta hydrate. Don't dehydrate.
You know.
Right.
Very good.
Seeing this.
We are seeing this. Yeah. This is something you're working on.
You'll have to let me know if this is too loud, okay? But the idea here is to get something that sounds a little bit like somebody playing like a Fender Precision with a pick and chugging away on sort of eighth notes to sit underneath the track and to sound more like a real bass than a synth bass, which is unusual for me, but I do things like this occasionally.
We can't hear you, but that's great.
Can you hear me if I get close?
Yes.
Yeah, so what we're going for here is some sort of variation in sustain of the sound, and also in filter cutoff, so that the notes sound different, a little bit like if you were hitting them with a pick, basically.
Right.
Deliberately slightly overcompressed, kind of a mixture of two different oscillators, because the square gives you the low end, but the saw gives you the top end.
I can't zoom.
The compression is deliberately supposed to make it pump a little bit.
Sounds very squelchy.
So that it will sit with the drums and form like a bedrock. That's quite
Those drums are snappy. I love that.
So I can then put
we're losing you, Leon. I think that might be a bit too much.
We can only see like the right upper quadrant of your face, and we hear just like.
But I'm loving the description. Keep going. What were you saying?
Good side.
What is it you were saying that last bit?
Yeah, so the idea was just to get something hypnotic there. So I didn't want to use a synth bass because the part's it's supposed to be quite repetitive so that things can change on top of it and reframe it. But I didn't want it to be too static. So I wanted to get something that sounded a little bit more like someone playing so that at least the tonality varies on each hit. And I find that it's quite good for that sort of thing because it's responding to velocity well. And the envelopes give you enough control that you can have quite a percussive sound, a tiny bit of release to make the note hang in between as well, so that when you absolutely flatten it with a limiter, it kind of brings out the low bits. So if you hear it without all of the effects on, it's quite choppy, it's quite percussive. But once I've finished crushing it, it brings all that noise floor up so that it's more sustained sounding, but with a sort of percussive element. So I like doing things like that with it a lot.
That sounds
It's not
nice.
the first time, and it probably won't be the last.
I mean, yeah. Is it? Are you layering it with? Because I know you have a bass as well, like a physical bass. Are you then pairing it up with
The physical bass. Like, I would call it that.
String behind me, I could just play a bass.
But that would be far too
Why I
easy.
did it.
That'd be far too easy. It'd be far too easy.
Actually, it's a track I'm doing on my laptop, so I may not have been in the studio when I wrote that, to be fair. So, I'm going to use that as an excuse. But the truth is I don't remember.
Well, people love what you're doing. Survey channel absolutely loves what you're doing, even to the extent of getting the oomph in there, which is lovely.
Oh, thank you.
That is beautiful. Yeah, that's what you need. Very yum, as Bendu would say. Yes. It's always it's nice. It's nice. I consider this episode a success purely just because we've heard something that you've been working on, Eon.
It's true. I do actually do a bit of music.
Yeah, it's nice to see. It's nice to see, So yeah, so that's the beauty of this. I'm gonna share my screen now and I'll come and bring it back. Here is the UI for Tyrell itself. As you can see, very much going with that analog vibe. Very much going with that. Exactly, going much with everything's here. You've got your mixer at the top. So you've got oscillator 1, oscillator 2, your sub, your noise, your ring, and your feedback. You've got your filter here, again, on faders, not so much on a dial, but on a fader, very analog in that sense as well. You have, down at the bottom, you've got 2 LFOs, as well as a mod matrix, which, to be honest, I haven't played much around with the mod matrix itself.
I haven't either. No. I love the chorus on it, though.
There we go.
The chorus is Lush, which is this guy down here. And we also have 2 envelopes. 1 is our VCA and 2 is there. Before I continue, can you see my screen, gentlemen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
We can see it very clearly.
Good, excellent. So if I bring this up, as you can see, that's just a standard init patch. Very, very, there's not much going on there. But if I use this, let's take this idea of these kind of plucky sounds for now. So you can see, am I using the right one? Yep, here we are. You can see here that all we have to do is just dial in the sound straight away just by using the mixer. And we can bring in our second oscillator. We can change what they are. And as you can see, just mucking around with the sound, starting to sculpt the sound coming through there.
Thick.
That's what she said. And then if you bring in the sub, that thickness comes to a new level. A little bit of noise.
This is what happened. Do this. and you end up bass.
Yeah, all the time, right? You can make it more plucky if you want to. Make it more subtle, bring them through. But then, if we take the source here for the LFO, I hope this works. I was doing it earlier. Envelope 2, where are we?
Oh no, what happened?
Sharing stopped.
Oh, darn.
We are on a timer. Aye. There we go. Maybe this is the pretense to them upping our restream cost, because then we won't be limited on time, you know. So we're back here. I'm trying to get this to work, but it's not playing ball. Hang on.
Might be that's filter.
Well, I've been trying to restart. Where's the filter? I was doing it before the show. It's not playing ball now, but you can really start. You were talking about getting some really gnarly kind of sounds that come through using this LFO. Can't get it to work on this occasion, which is a real shame. Maybe, but that's okay.
You need to turn the depth up.
Say it again.
Do you need to turn the depth on the LFO?
Maybe, actually. That's not doing it, no. Yeah, sadly not. I don't know what I did to make that work last time. Maybe LFO 2? I'm not gonna do this for now, but as you can see, I think one of the main things that you can tell from this quite nicely is that it's a really thick sound, which doesn't lend itself to something that you would automatically assume comes from inside the box. We often talk about VSTs, and we talk about plugins being very kind of digital, being very clean, being very obvious that they're inside the box. And then we have to dirty them up with whatever it happens to be, right? That's kind of the bite.
Some you don't.
Yeah.
Some you don't. But this is something where you don't. Straight away, you've got a nice, really thick bass sound coming through, where you've got clear control over what you're doing quite easily. And it gets you exactly what you need, exactly at the right time, what you want. Apart from when I was trying to modulate these things with an LFO, obviously. But I haven't found... it's interesting. Some people have talked about using it for leads, and I haven't. I will say I haven't found a decent kind of, when you take it up the register to the lead sound. Have you, Ian?
Yeah, but it's needed a bit of blending of waves, and I tend to like a bit of movement in it. So I'd need to LFO something so that the tonality is changing. I don't like lead sounds that are too static. So I would be LFOing like the filter cutoff or some sort of balance of the oscillators, or even things like chorus depth and things like that. I mean, the chorus on the box sounds awesome. You can overdo it quite easily as well. And that's one of the things I quite like about it, is the fact that it's not one of those synths where, you know, you're changing things a lot to try and hear a difference. You can make pretty drastic changes very quickly. Yeah. And I like the fact that it is quite responsive like that, and there's a lot of different stuff you can get out of it. But for leads, yeah, I tend to make them wobbly. I kind of quite like a fast portamento lead on them, and have them really sort of doingy.
That makes sense. That makes absolute sense. Thank you, half God, half beast. Mod control on filter. I'm just going to do that really quickly now, just to demonstrate what I've been trying to demonstrate for the last kind of couple of minutes. But if we mess around with these mod filters at the top here, we can take a very standard sound. Suddenly, they're coming through. So yeah, you are.
That sounded like analog FM, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. So you can
Wow.
take those analog sounds and then you can mess with them. Thank you for saying. Thank you very much, half God, half beast. Really appreciate that. You can then take that to another level and you can create that harmonic content, and then you can just mess and bend and fold that harmonic content and create some really interesting sounds.
Yeah,
Which
and you can get into clangy 70s sci-fi program territory quite easily on these as well. Messing around with some of that, it can sound quite weird and vintage.
Absolutely, very nice. I'd be curious to see what you do with them, Lars, in terms of they are all quite melodic and they are all quite kind of in the realms of tonality. And so I'd like to see what you can do to fuck with that.
I think they've got they lend themselves to being twisted a bit as well.
Yeah.
Well, my general rule with a lot of things musically is like, if I don't like the sound that something is making, then I try to break it and see what sound it makes then.
See, that is a really good philosophy in how to do these things. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. You end up with a lot of broken things, though. Not going to lie.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with broken things. We're all broken in our own way. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, this is your introduction to Yuhi, Lars. Is it something that, I mean, it's free, but is it something that interests you at all? Would you mess with it?
I want to mess with that triple cheese. I feel like I could definitely get sounds I want out of that. Is it just Windows and Mac? Do they have an iPad app maybe? Because that would be fun.
I don't think they do.
Oh, darn.
I don't think they do. I'm checking the website as we see, but I don't think so. I think that would be.
That's unfortunate.
Windows, Mac, Windows, and Linux, but no iOS.
Linux support? Really?
Linux support, man.
Wow.
Good for them, man.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah, they know what's up. They know where it's at, man. Doomsday devices right there.
That's a flex, that is.
That is. That's what you need.
Oh, yeah? Well, mine runs natively in Linux. What's up?
OS, yeah, we've got all the OSs. We're proper developers.
That's what you need. Lars, if you download Triple Cheese and if you wanted to put anything down in the Discord community, I'd love to see that. I'd love to see
anyone.
And anyone, yeah. I'd
love to hear what people do with these things, especially if it's not the same as what I do with them.
Yeah, it is always lovely to see what other people are making. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know how long ago you made it. You know, FCC put some stuff in the group last week, which he's been working on for months, or he's been sitting on for months. So it's just a nice place to come down to the Discord and share what it is that you've been making. If you've been making stuff with these Yuhi devices, I want to know what you've done. It would be really good to see. Yes. Any more on that, or should we enjoy a bit of Semiotic Ghosts before we go today?
Ooh.
Let's do that. I've been looking forward to it.
I know, right? Thank you, Bendu, for putting this into the chat. Really appreciate this. I'm just going to share this first and foremost, and we'll talk about it. This is the new album from Semiotic Ghosts. You can see it's a 5-track EP. Feel the air of another planet through the fragile circuits and drifting pulses. Patterns emerge from chaos. Coincidence flicker like 23s, and the perceptions are always in flux. cosmic alignments, subtle truths, and the uncanny resonance of world beyond our own. Listen closely. The signal is faint, but the light insight endures. Sorry. Power electronics to change one's perceptions and for other useful things without prescription. Just use this tape daily. It'll help. What a way to introduce an album, right? If I'm right.
Interesting. Yeah, that's wow.
It's a beautiful way to do it. Beautiful way to do it. So now I am uncomfortable stopping. I like doing these properly, and I like giving a whole track a listen. I don't think we have the space to do 13-minute tracks. These are quite long, so I'm gonna go for track number 5. In 1970, play Moonlight Sonata on the Moon as kind of like a little teaser, little taster. I'm hoping that there are some people who have never experienced noise music before, and this is their first time. I really hope that, because this is a great way to get into noise. It's a great way to get into noise. Are we ready, gentlemen?
Yes.
Are we sitting comfortably?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's do this. This is in 1970, play Moonlight Sonata on the Moon.
That was good.
That's beautiful. And that's just a minute. Can you go? I'm just gonna, after this show today, I'm just gonna sit down and just listen to that entire thing before bed. Beautiful.
Yes, I enjoyed that. I didn't even know they had a new one out.
No, thankfully Bendu put it into the Discord, which again, come down to the Discord because it's a great place to see what people are making. But yeah, beautiful piece, and that's just a little taster. So it's always fun to see.
Yeah.
Ian, thoughts on that one, man?
Giz it. We'll take 8 of those, please.
Take 8 of those.
Yeah,
please.
definitely. Right up my alley.
Absolutely. I've put the link. I've just put the link in the chat. It's also in the description below. Go and support. Go check it out. Go buy it. Go listen to it. Beautiful stuff. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Which leads us to the end of the show, gents. We're done. We're here. We're here at the end of the show. So
Wow, what a bleak space.
I know. What are we going to do for the rest of our existence until next Wednesday? You know, I'm just going to.
About you, I go into stasis.
Yeah, I can just kind of sit here and just wait to log back on. That's
I put myself in a giant Tupperware so I can preserve myself freshly for each show.
It is. It's all about this, and it's all about where we're at. So, for those of you who are still here after an hour and 14 minutes, thank you. It's amazing to see you guys chatting, and it's amazing to see you guys talking to each other. You could be anywhere in the world right now, and you're spending your time with us, so we really appreciate it. Eon, what's in store for you in the next coming days until we meet again?
Triple cheese, definitely. I think I've got a couple of uses earmarked for that already, and I've got a couple of things that I want to do to it that I think might work.
Are you thinking about all inside the box, or are you going to mess with it outside of in the effects chain as well?
Oh, you just give me another idea. Yeah, triple cheese
you can automate all of those
distortion
processes.
circuit on a Lyra 8. With the analog delay as well, and oscillate the delay times. Yeah, definitely got some ideas there. But yeah, I mean, it's the usual thing, experiments. But I always kind of come away from this with like a few new ideas of things to try.
It's a good one. That's what I mean. That's why we do these demos, right? Like, it's the idea of downloading. You're back now. Hi, Lars.
I am back. Hi,
good.
guys. It's great to see you.
Yeah, we bring
as well though, hearing what people are doing on the Discord as well, because I often sort of listen to what people have been up to, and that often gives me ideas as well.
Yeah, it's a good place to be. The Discord has been quite. I mean, it ebbs and flows, right? It does get quiet sometimes. It gets a bit busy at others. Coraline has just shared what they're up to with their new studio because they're moving into a new space. That was amazing to see.
A lot of cabling going on.
Exactly, it is there. It's nice to be seen. So I'm away this weekend, so I'm hoping that Eon Lake and Lars, you can keep things running for a little bit.
Make it noisy.
Make it noisy.
We can figure it out.
But yeah, help us make it noisy.
Exactly. Helps make it noisy. What are you doing this week, Lars?
So I'm actually playing at an event this Saturday.
Nice.
It's basically this local like head shop / like glass blowing gallery or whatever. They do an art walk during the summer times and they're doing their kickoff. So I am part of the lineup for that.
Nice.
With all the other musicians.
What do you have? Are you playing anything in particular? Are you improving it? What are you doing?
I'm gonna play some selections from my album Sunday PM 1990.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Introduce it as like, hey, this album is about falling asleep on the couch on a Sunday afternoon. Enjoy.
Nice. That's awesome. I wish you. Yeah. Good luck to that one. That sounds like an amazing way to be. Survey Channel sends it too. Good luck, man. Yeah. Is there going to be a recording at all? Yeah. He says, hopefully.
I don't know. We will figure that out.
Okay.
I'm still.
You can't play live without recording the output. It's the law in any country.
Right. You got to have it for the social media.
Yeah, it's all about this. It's all about the social media, right?
It's all about social media. Wow.
That's cool.
Pixar, it didn't happen.
Exactly. No, wish you luck, Lars. That sounds like a great Saturday plan. That's exactly what you need. Bringing your music to the masses is exactly what the world needs right now.
Yeah, I enjoy seeing reactions to what I make when I play it live. It runs the gamut of emotions.
Mate, it's the full spectrum, and that's perfect the way it is, right?
You got some faces in there that are just like frightened and confused, and other people just like, oh no, I think I get it.
Good.
They might not get it, but I think they get it. They think they get it, and that's good enough. I'm glad you get it.
Well, also, if you don't get it, like you're stepping outside of your comfort zone, which is never a bad thing, right? If you've never experienced, if you're scared of something, that tells you something about what's going on with you, right?
Yeah,
man,
true.
I want to know what's going on with the people who are scared of noise music.
It will come. The time will come. The time will come where people will understand it and we'll kind of get there. It's it
is my time. It's Lars's time.
It's Lars's time.
As you said.
Absolutely. Well, I'll need to leave the Discord in your hands over the weekend. I'm heading to the Tatras Mountains up in Slovakia to get some nature sounds. I don't have enough apparently.
Nobody has enough nature sounds.
No.
You got to have all the nature sounds.
Got to have all the nature sounds. So I'm gonna go up to the Tatras Mountains and I'm gonna spend a few days touching grass, basically.
Gently.
With consent, and and then I will bring back some sounds. It's been a minute since we did a patron sample pack, so I'm hoping that I can find something that can kind of come down. And then when I come back, we will do a star stream because we didn't do a star stream last month. So yes, survey, absolutely. Well, there's two things from survey, so I'm just going to go backwards. You are definitely going to get some of those sounds. Absolutely, I will do that as soon as I get back.
Maybe we could do an album of all of our musical gear going on holiday to those mountains.
Oh, it's a good shout. It's a good shout. And just to bring this up, so highlight so everyone can see how beautiful this is. Survey Channel is playing a show on May 3rd. There's plans to do a YouTube stream. Gonna have to share that. Definitely, Survey. Put the link everywhere. Put it.
Hell
Give
yeah.
Give it to the Discord. Give it to me, and I'll put it in whatever ADSN is running that week. Yeah, let's all gather around Survey and spruce that up and bring that to the forefront of imagination. That's the way to go. So absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Together we grow. So everybody, thank you ever so much for being here. It's so lovely to see what you're up to, and thank you for chiming in with what you've been doing. You know, we're just three guys with a microphone, and you know, which is fine. Which is fine, but it also what makes this what it is community. So thank you ever so much for being here.
Yeah, we're just three guys, but we have to share the one microphone. It's interesting how we make it work.
Yeah. It is fun that way. Any final words, gents, before I hit that big end stream button?
Sorry about the echo.
Yeah, we'll
If you
tune
don't
it
like it, break it and see if you like it.
I like that.
Good advice.
Good advice. I will look into loop back for the next time you do a demo. That's on me. And yeah, happy breaking stuff. We will be back next week. Love to see